Dear learners, welcome to MSBT online learning platform. We bring you the most relevant contents in a most attractive digital format for the course name Emerging Trends in Electronics with the course code 22636. Myself, Vaishali Rajeshirke, lecturer in EJ department from VS Polytechnic, Chembur, Mumbai. Now in this presentation, we will see the contents as concept of reflow soldering method. Second, we will see the various stages in the reflow soldering method. And third, application of reflow soldering method. Now here are the learning objectives of this presentation. Here we are going to explain the concept of reflow soldering. Second, we will describe the various stages involved in reflow soldering method. Third, we will describe or state the applications of reflow soldering method. Now here is the concept map. What is actually the reflow soldering? Now this reflow soldering is carried out by using the reflow oven. So at the right hand side you can see the graph of time versus temperature. So this will indicate you the various stages temperature for the reflow soldering method when we do this with the reflow oven. So there are the 5 different stages are there in the reflow soldering method by using the reflow oven that we will see next in detail. So what is the reflow soldering? It is the most widely used method for attaching the surface mount components on the PCB. It provides reliable soldering for huge variety of components and the pad size required, with being easy to monitor and control. Infrared reflow soldering has been used for many years in PCB assembly areas. Now it is able to provide very high quality soldering by using this reflow soldering method, which is the need of today's electronic production area. Using reflow soldering technology, it is possible to reliably solder the surface mount components and particularly those with a very fine pitch leads. This makes it ideal for use with the components used in the mass production of electronic components. So these are the requirements of the reflow soldering process. So what are the key aspects? That the first is nothing but a suitable machine. So to get the effective reflow soldering process, the first requirement is that we have to deal with the suitable machine. Second, acceptable reflow profile. Third is a PCB or component footprint design is required. Fourth, carefully printed PCB using the well-designed stencil. So by using a well-designed stencil, you can go for the reflow soldering method. Fifth, repeatable placement of surface mount components. And the sixth, good quality PCB components and the solder paste. So these are the basic requirements of any reflow soldering process. We need to get this requirement to be satisfied. Now let us see what are the various stages in this reflow soldering method. So there are various types of reflow soldering machines available depending on the required line speed and the design or the material which is for the PCB assembly to be processed. So based on that we can select that particular reflow soldering machine. Now let us see what are the different stages in this reflow soldering method. So first stage is nothing but the preheat. Now what is the need of this preheat stage? So here it is the board need to be brought steadily up to the required temperature. So board is nothing but the PCB board. So we have to maintain the temperature for that particular PCB board. If the rate is too high, then the board or the component may be damaged due to the thermal stress. So that we have to be very careful. If the board is brought to the temperature too slowly, then board may not reach to the required temperature. So that preheat is nothing but the accurate temperature for to be condition to be satisfied. Second step is nothing but the thermal soak. Now in this thermal soak, when the board has to come up to the temperature in the next when it enters, it offer as a thermal soak area. So here in this, the temperature is maintained for 2 reasons. So in the thermal soak, again one is to ensure that the areas that are not adequately heated because of the shadowing effect. So for that we have to keep the PCB board in this thermal soak region for a particular time at a particular temperature. The other is to remove the solder paste solvents or the volatiles and to activate the flux. This thermal soak is a second stage, is a very important stage. Now in the third stage, reflow. So here is the reflow area is where the soldering process is done at a very highest temperature when it reach. At that time, you will find the solder is caused to melt due to this high temperature, and it created a required solder joints with the PCB along with your that surface mount component. Thus, the actual reflow process involves flux reducing the surface tension at the junction where the metal has to be accomplish a metallurgical bonding and allowing the individual solder powder spheres and combine and which get melts and the component to stuck on the PCB. Now the next stage is nothing but the cooling stage. So where is in this cooling? So in that region we have to keep this PCB boards reflow after the accomplishment of the reflow. So does not cause to stress to the components due to the very high temperature. So we have to allow to rest that temperature to the proper cooling level. So proper cooling inhibits excess intermetallic formation or the thermal shock to the components. So what is the typical temperature range in the cooling zone is between 30 to 100 degree centigrade or 86 to 212 Fahrenheit. So this is a typical reflow oven temperature profile. So in this you will find the first stage is nothing but here it is what ramp to soak, that temperature will slowly increase from 1 to 3 degrees centigrade per second. Now after that next is nothing but the preheat or the soak zone. So in that you will find we have to keep the PCB board in this preheat or soak for 60 to 120 seconds for the temperature of 150 degree centigrade plus minus 20 degree centigrade. After the preheat zone, then ramp to peak. Again, here it is, we have to slowly increase the temperature again between 1 to 3 degrees centigrade per second. And here in the reflow where the actual soldering is done of SMC component on the PCB board. At that time, the temperature has to direct 270 degree centigrade. So that is the reflow. Soldering will be done at this temperature. So after the soldering of component is done on a PCB, then we have to allow that the cooling. So for that cooling, so that is 2 to 4 degrees centigrade per second that that temperature has to be reduced. So that is the required temperature, that is between 30 to 100 degree centigrade. So these are the applications area of the reflow soldering method. Wherever the PCB boards required, where in case of industrial, automotive and marine applications where the circuits are there and the PCBs are there, at that time we'll go for that soldering the components on the PCB. We can go for the reflow soldering method, that is a to mass production of the components that is to be soldered on a PCB. So here is a quick recap of whatever the concept we have learned. So reflection spot. So before move on with the further presentation, let's pause a while. Attempt the set 1 MCQ based on the previous learned concept. Now let's go for the hands-on session and solve the set 1 MCQ. Now here is the learning outcome. After solving the set 1 MCQ, at the end of this presentation, the students will be able to explain the concept of reflow soldering method. They'll be able to describe various stages involved in the reflow soldering method, and it is also able to state the applications of reflow soldering method. Thank you.